commercials. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Dirty Duck Coffee. If your coffee sucks, it's not the duck. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world-famous Andy Shaver.
I think Tony's been putting in the Snickerdoodle one.
The Snickerdoodle coffee?
I think so.
Do you like it?
Tasted different.
Is it? I like the Missouri Boat Ride.
I'm a Missouri Boat Ride fan myself. So,
if somebody's going to go out and do some Snickerdoodle shit, that's right up Tony's alley.
it would be his. Yep. He 100%.
Sad times at the
Very
Big Honk.
fruity.
Sad times at the lodge today. Found out the last couple of days that a poor Ollie dog is autistic. Maybe that dog, I'm telling you, fits the deal.
Counterfeit.
I'm telling you, me and Michelle have a son with ass munchers. We think pain or Asperger's or whatever you call it. He's got a touch of that shit, I think, and now Ollie dog's got a touch of the autism. How do people like us have kids with social disorders? I have no idea.
I don't know.
There's a fine line on no, all seriousness now on autistic. There's a real fine line between people being autistics and geniuses, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Go look at Temple Grandin if you're bored. She just recently did an interview with Jordan Peterson. I hadn't got to listen to it yet, but I've heard him talk about her before. And she redesigned slaughterhouses the way that the slaughterhouses are.
She redesigns them?
Yep.
What do you mean?
Cows that, so she figured out, so she thinks like an animal. But basically old slaughterhouses would be like a box and you would square. And every time they'd hit a corner, they'd stop. Well, she designed it to where it's like a pinwheel basically. And you just,
no hard corners.
No hard corners. You know, like she would look at slaughterhouses, and if there was like a squeaky fan off in the corner, she would address that and be like, well, that's where your cows are stopping right here because everything's the same. And then, bam, their attention's up there, and they don't know what it is, so they stop. But she is a very, very brilliant lady. Her name is Temple Grandin. You can look her up on YouTube.
So Temple Grandin, so she redesigns slaughterhouses.
She's highly autistic. Highly autistic. She thinks in pictures. So if you tell her draw a church, she cannot draw like a kid will draw square, triangle, cross on the top with windows. She has
your basic church.
She has to think of a church that she has been to, and she will draw that church. She will not just draw she can't abstract out. It's got to be this.
Black and white.
Yes.
Isn't it weird how in society, though, people like that were shunned 100 years ago just about? Unless you come from a family that had some wealth where you got a little bit of a free pass and stuff, you were thought of as a town idiot.
Mm-hmm. And like she said, you know, depending on how you judge me, I am an idiot. Algebra, I cannot do algebra. But she says that there is, you know, if you judge me by my algebra skills, I'm a moron, basically. But she found her niche. So
that's what she does is design slaughterhouses.
She does that. I don't know what else she does. I'm gonna look her up real quick.
Temple
Grandin.
Sometimes I'm amazed at the shit you know about.
Well,
this is one of them too.
Temple Grandin is, what does she do? I just need to know your career. She's an autism speaker. Animal welfare. Temple Grandin is a widely and prominent-sided proponent for the humane treatment of livestock for slaughter. Basically, she just made them more efficient at slaughtering them.
Where it's more animal-friendly, I guess.
I don't know what else she does, but
you know,
she's very, very... It's kind of a tough interview to listen to, her and Jordan Peterson, because she's very... Her way of talk is kind of gruff almost. I can pull up a clip of her just so you can kind of hear her, but like it's I don't know. It's a tough. They made a movie about her. But I'm trying to think of the way. I'm trying to think of the right word. The way she speaks is very. So it's kind of hard on the ears to listen to, but she's fascinating.
Well, I never have known. Growing up as a kid in the 70s, I never even heard of the word autism until 20 years ago, probably. I never paid no attention to it. But the more I'm starting to see and read about it and understanding it more, it seems like there's a lot of people I know that are autistic or have a touch of autism. So I think everyone has some sort of autistic, I don't know what, a gene in them, I guess is what the word I'd be looked like. But we have changed society where now we drug everybody. You know, when I was a kid, you just had some kids that were some fucking hyperactive kids.
It is a different way of thinking. I worked with people that barely graduated from high school, stutterers. They'd be labeled autistic today. They'd be in special ed. But they had big metalworking shops and 20 patents each for mechanically complicated equipment that they are selling around the world. And this is something that educators just don't get it. Mechanical problems. It is a different.
But she's right, you know, and that's one thing that she's a proponent of is getting like shop back in schools because
we need that.
Because she said, you know, you grade all of these kids basically, and you're grading them off of how well they do at math, reading, and writing, and then you throw in history. Well, there's so many kids, and like she says, like you know, that are autistic, that have mental disorders that need shop. They can, you know, they might not be able to do algebra very well, but they can fucking weld something together. Or they, like she said, I know all these high functioning autistic people that have 20 patents each, and it's all because they had shop back in the 80s. Well, kids today don't have that.
Well, me and Tony are perfect examples of this. I'm book smart, math smart. Tony's not.
Right.
I couldn't fucking build a closet in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Tony can do any of that kind of stuff. He's mechanical. Right. He can weld. He can do anything. Right. You know what I mean? In the shop.
Yeah.
And he self-taught himself how to do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have none of them skills at all. Right. But I can read a book and retain what I read. I can take a test. I can do math. I'm book smart. But I'm not. I have no kind of skills with mechanical skills. There's a lot of great mechanics I know that can't spell their name.
Mm-hmm. And
she is right on that. Do you think we're going to see a time come in our society more where those people are going to become more important again, the way they should be?
I mean, it's at the tail end of this century. What are you talking about?
You like by 2050, do you think we're going to realize how important all the people that can work with their hands
25 more years, yeah, probably so.
So I think
probably,
so too.
Yeah, by then, because this generation will phase out, and then we'll have to have those people.
The new generation scares me to death.
Well,
because they really have no social skills.
Well, you know.
They don't.
Hadn't needed them up to this point, unfortunately. So
I read an article yesterday or last night or something. I wish I'd have saved. I'm going to start saving. I'm going to start screenshotting articles I read so I can go back to them. I was talking about the big, great blackout we're fixing to have.
Mm-hmm.
And it was some psychiatrist, psychologist, doctor, I don't know who it was that wrote this article that said we're fixing to have in the next 2 years, we're going to have a black week where all cell phones and everything's going to be out for a week. People in our country will fucking go absolutely berserk without it.
I heard a guy say, so I guess in June of 2012, remember the Mayans, it was 2012, right? Yeah, the Mayans said that we were going to meet our demise.
That's when their calendar ended.
December of 2012. So in June of 2012, June or July, the sun sent 3 massive solar flares. And they were on a beeline for our planet. Something intercepted them. Nobody knows what it was. Knocked them off course.
You have to be something powerful to knock a solar flare off.
They said not only would it have just been one, it would have been 3 back to back with relatively, it just hit us back to back to back. It would have knocked us back several hundreds of years. It would have knocked all the power, anything that runs off of an outlet, we would have been dark. And they said the best guess is we would be dark for 15 years. That's at the low end. More likely, we could have been 2 decades with no power.
So this would have been like a big EMP.
Yes. But there's a lot of people that think it might have, that these 3 solar flares would have wiped out human civilization. And from the time that it hit in July, for the last person to starve to death would have been about 6 months. So right around the time that the Mayan calendar ended would have been about the last person would have probably starved to death then.
Is this a conspiracy theory deal?
No, you can look it up. NASA.
That's very interesting. So did they think an alien, a foreign body done something?
I think what are they called? CMPs or something like that. I'll just look up solar flares.
That's really an interesting tidbit. I've not heard this before. So they figured it would be 6 months. I think they're wrong on the 6 months.
They figured the last person would have probably died around 6 months after these wiped out everything. Yeah, so it was CME. July 23rd of that year. It missed Earth with a margin of approximately 9 days.
See, I don't buy the 6 month deal.
You think it would have been instant?
No. Well, I don't know. Are we talking a solar explosion? Or are we talking about a flare?
3 coronal mass ejections. So that's solar flares.
The solar flares, I don't think they hit the Earth. I thought they just fried everything.
Right. It would have knocked everything off of...
All the power would have went out.
Let me see if I can find the video.
But I don't think the 6 months if it would be correct. I think there's people who could survive for 10 years. Too many people got too much shit saved up. There are people sitting at home right now wanting this to happen. They wake up every day wanting to have some fucking mass deal, and I don't understand them. And then they die, and their whole life they live for something that never was going to happen.
Let me see. Ooh, it says 2025. There's going to be another one.
Well, I'm going to stop living just for that.
Shoo. Not good.
But don't you think that if all it is a burst in the sky that fries all your shit and your electronics, I don't think it's going to kill people there. I think it will. A lot of people won't live long because they don't know how to do shit for themselves. Are you not going to be able to farm and stuff again, or is it just going to?
I think it's anything that runs off of a battery.
Well, that we can survive on that.
I'm gonna try to find it.
We would be better off than a lot of people would be. This is an interesting deal. I've never heard this before.
Well, I'm trying to find the guy that said it. That's not it. A lot of dead air here.
But what I want to know is, are we talking about a solar flare that's going to hit us like an asteroid hitting the Earth, or is it going to be just something that fries the system? Because they had one in 1918 or 1898 or something. They had one that fried all the telegraphs.
Here this is. I'm saving it to my phone, and then I'll pull it up on.
Did you know that?
Do what? Yes.
And it fried all the telegraphs and stuff. I'm telling you right now, if we went dark for 7 days, with no cell service, you can't even buy gas at most places without internet. You know that?
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Because they have to use credit card machines and shit.
Okay.
I'm not cashless, so we would be okay for a while. But hey, I don't even know at the grocery store if they can work with the damn computers. Check you out.
All right. Ex-Navy engineer David Adair explains the 2012 solar apocalypse.
July 23rd, 2012. Look that up, read up on it. On July 23rd, we had not one, not two, but 3 CMEs coming straight at Earth in a line, 3 of them in a row. The perfect storm. Now, what's the CME? It's a corona mass ejection. And it's a ball of plasma. It's coming at Earth. And they generally travel just below light speed. They'll cover 93 million miles in 14 hours or less. Well, these 3 CMEs come hurling in at us. And they came 93 million miles away. And they were going to hit us dead center. Then we have a word we use in science when we can't explain something. Phenomenon. Something bumped them, but they passed so close when they went by, they were between us and the moon. They were only
That's
110,000
very
miles
extremely
away.
close when you're talking about these things.
When they come from 93 million miles away and they pass by only 110,000 miles, something bumped these things.
You were given an explanation though recently. Can you talk about that? Of what possibly, how we avoided this catastrophe?
In a panel I was on recently for Antarctica, Linda Moulton Howe said she had some whistleblowers that said there was a big ship out there that deflected the things. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But sounds good to me. All I know is something caused these things to deflect right at the last minute. And how serious was this? This story wasn't released until 2 years after the event. It happened in 2012. It wasn't until 2014 that the press even talked about it. But if you do the math, this is really interesting. If those 3 CMEs hit on July 23rd, 6 months later, probably the last human being would have died on the planet because everything would have been gone. The sun's blotted out. And that last person would have died probably on December 21st, 2012. The Mayans were right. We should have died. Something intervened, something, I don't know what. But that CME event did occur. It's not BS. It really happened. Verified by NOAA, NASA, and about a dozen other countries that saw it.
See that's,
But I don't know what he mean. So the way he's explaining it is a CME is almost like nuclears.
that's what it
hitting-
was. From after listening to that, it's
It's
not
not like
just
the solar flare that
No.
just fries your shit.
I guess it's a plasma bomb.
Plasma ball, basically, is the way
And
he described
would have
it.
been a bomb and would have went
Would've
off
been
and
three
hit.
of 'em.
But when he said it would have darkened out the sun, now
Right.
we're talking about difference between living in your house for you
Right.
got enough food stored up
Right.
and to freezing to death.
Right.
Because
You're going to be a nuclear winter, basically.
I mean, I don't know what the temperature, minus 30, 40, 50 below zero for a long time. You can't survive that.
Right. So maybe he's full of shit. Maybe he's trying. I don't know if he's got a book out or what. I mean, I don't know, obviously. But
I'd never have heard that before. That's very interesting.
it's just, I mean, fuck, you look up at the sky and or you look at the moon and you see where all these craters have hit, we're in a fucking shooting gallery basically all the time. So, I mean, the margin for us living and dying, being wiped out by an asteroid, or if the sun's in a pissy mood, it's real small. So that's the first I'd ever heard of it too. But yeah, 2012, evidently, according to this guy, we should have died. Shouldn't be here.
If you look at it from, the Bible doesn't ever cover the dinosaurs anyways. But if you look at the dinosaur times, and I didn't realize it was that many millions of years ago that the dinosaurs were on this earth, and we found the fossils, so we know they were here, they existed. Is that what happened then? Did we have a solar flare that hit the
No, it was an asteroid hitting the Gulf.
It was an asteroid.
Yes. Hitting
For
the Gulf
sure.
of Mexico. 98% sure.
I wonder where it hit at in the Gulf of Mexico.
I don't know. But I've heard that they're pretty positive that it hit in the Gulf of Mexico.
I wonder how big it was.
I can find that too. The internet is an amazing thing. It's right by the Yucatan Peninsula. 10 to 15 kilometers wide, but the velocity of its collision caused the creation of a much larger crater, 150 kilometers in diameter, second largest crater on the planet.
I wonder where it's at off of Mexico then. It's there in the Yucatan Peninsula between 10 and 15.
It is right there. So there's a Yucatan.
Pull that up if you can. Does that map?
I'm guessing that's Cozumel.
That's Cozumel right there. Oh, it's on the other side. It's over by Meridian, maybe. I think's that town over there, maybe.
I don't know.
I think that's the name of it, Meridian, Mexico. That's interesting. Not very far off the coast either.
But
So I'm assuming they've got something like the Grand Canyon off the coast.
I don't know. I've never heard of
And
anything.
that right there wiped out the whole world.
Well, it wipes out the dinosaurs. Yeah. But, I mean, we still got cranes somehow.
We got what?
Cranes.
They're not really from the dinosaur times.
Jeff.
They're not.
Jeff. Why do people call them pterodactyls?
Because they look like a pterodactyl would look.
Well, I mean, chickens share Tyrannosaurus Rex DNA. You think I'm lying, don't you?
Yeah, I'm looking at you like
You think I'm full of shit.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, my goodness, Jeff. How often am I wrong?
A lot. You amaze me with a lot of stuff you know about because you read a lot. You read shit I don't read. That's what makes it interesting because we have a lot of different interests. But a lot
Are
of
you
things that
ready?
read, yeah.
Confirms that dinosaurs share common ancestries with chicken, ostrich, and the lesser extinct.
Ancestry. You tell me how that goes back.
There was obviously survivors.
Molecular analysis confirms T-Rex evolutionary link to birds.
Yes.
So it was a big bird.
That's how they have. Yeah, they think that there's a new. They think Tyrannosaurus might have had a little layer of feathers.
Well, a chicken will eat anything.
But if you look at the foot of a chicken, it's the exact same as a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
How do you know?
Because they've got fucking footprints of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. They found fossils of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and they can tell that
They don't
it's
have none
got.
of their feet though. So
Yes,
I don't know
they
about that.
do. They found full body Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's what's up in New York.
Do what?
The fossils, Jeff.
Okay, yeah, not a full-bodied one.
Well,
Yes,
I mean, a full body full. What's
I
the word?
understand what you're saying.
And it's
They
got
found the bones,
and it's got 3
yes,
toes,
prongs.
just like birds. More importantly, chickens. Plus, think about how mean that fucking rooster is. You're
They are
telling me-
chickens are meaner than fucking.
You're telling
they'll eat
me
anything.
he doesn't have some leftover Tyrannosaurus Rex proteins in him?
And they'll eat meat too.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
But I've never heard of that before.
T-Rex
But
is linked- the
I've never been a
Smithsonian.
dinosaur person.
The Smithsonian says.
Smithsonian Magazine.
Okay.
Go pull it down. I'm
Okay.
trying to read that.
Okay. Tyrannosaurus Rex linked to chickens and ostrich. Closely living things are Tyrannosaurus Rex or chickens and ostrich, published by the New York Times. I know we don't trust them, but they did say this.
How
that's going to make me buy something like
you look
that.
at a modern day or today alligator or crocodile.
Mhm.
I think they go back to 2 dinosaur times. I don't know for sure.
So there were obviously, I don't think that this was a global catastrophe.
You don't?
This asteroid, probably not.
So-
No, but I think it knocked out just the dinosaurs.
Okay. Do you think there was just dinosaurs in North and South America?
No. I think that it made
Cold
I think it
winters
made-
and they died?
well, I think that it made things that probably couldn't fly and travel. I think it probably wiped them out pretty easily. But I think anything that was in the air might have had a better chance at surviving.
If it made a nuclear winter, which they say it would happen if we ever had one of those, if you have a nuclear winter, then those animals like the T-Rex and all them, the big lizards and dinosaurs,
Here we go.
they probably died of freezing to death.
Probably. Well, not only that, and starvation. Not all dinosaurs died about 65 million years ago. Avian dinosaurs, in other words, birds, survived and flourished. Museum scientists estimate that there are more than 18,000 bird species alive today. Variety, but anyway.
I wonder how many of the birds we have now were back then.
Boy, you're fucking wearing me out on the Google searches.
Well, it's just interesting.
How did anything survive the mass extinction? But I would like to know how much of the world was affected by the asteroid. Of the world was affected by dinosaur
Extinction.
asteroid. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Survey says. Oh, it doesn't say. Anyway, who knows? What happened with the dinosaur killing the asteroid? Let's try that one. Live Science. Sounds like a good magazine. Hidden below the Gulf of Mexico. But what really happened when the asteroid collided with Earth? By studying the geology, both of whatever that word is. Scientists piece together what happened that terrible day. With Earth. Destructive angle. Golik's team estimated that the impact would have vaporized the 325 gigatons of sulfur into the atmosphere. Material from the atmosphere. I just want to know.
Fires. It had tons of fires.
Yeah. So who knows? But yeah, chickens, T-Rexes, it's all a common link, Jeff. Chickens made it.
I wonder
They
if
just had to downsize a little bit.
I wonder if our modern day alligator and crocodiles were here then too.
I know somebody that'll know.
Who?
Google.
If you had that CPT or whatever the hell you said, you'd know in 3 seconds.
All right. Around during the dinosaurs. I'm going to say yes. Alligators lived at the same time and shared a common ancestor. But are alligators dinosaurs? Alligators are not dinosaurs, though they belong to the same order as dinosaurs once did. So,
That's crazy.
not dinosaurs, very old.
There's a lot of medicine they can learn from alligators too.
The
They're-
medulla oblongata.
The way that they can heal themselves in that nasty scum water. They say there's some way of getting some bacteria from them that you can make medicine out of. Sandhill cranes are in fact the oldest living bird species on the
60
planet.
million years are sandhill cranes. No wonder those motherfuckers are so hard to kill. 60 million years old. To shortly time after the mass extinction that wiped away the dinosaurs. Fuck, it all makes sense now. You are shooting, they are in fact pterodactyls.
That is absolutely nuts.
You're shooting a bird that's 60 million years old. It's got 60 million years of evolution and dodging your dopey little fucking A-frame. So
That
it all makes sense. It all makes sense. I get it now.
that's crazy.
Whew.
So you're shooting a 60 million year old bird. That little patch on their head, is it kind of leathery?
Yeah. It's got to be, that's got to do with something about mating. Right?
I don't know nothing about them.
Well, I'm assuming that once that thing gets real big and red, I think it's a bird that is kind of like a turkey, you know? Is what I would think. I don't know. I'm not reading that whole article. Sorry, Montana naturalist, but I'm not reading all that shit.
That's actually pretty interesting too. So, anyways, we started out from autism to sandhill cranes.
Well,
Crazy freaking world.
I bet an autistic could kill a sandhill crane. Because I sure as hell can't. But I bet an autistic kid could. They speak the same language.
I think you're going to see crane limits decrease in the next couple of years.
To what? It's already 3.
I think you're going to go down to 1 or 2.
Why?
So some places you can only shoot 2 of them anyways. I think in Canada you
Well,
can probably
why?
shoot 8. Because I don't think they're repopulating as fast as we're shooting them now.
Oh, that might be. I know a lot of people are
It looks like their numbers are going up.
100% increase from 2000 and
That was in one
that's
place.
in Colorado.
That's Colorado River Valley. That might be even in Texas. Status Mid-Continent Rocky Mountain.
So many fucking numbers. One day we'll be prepared for some of this stuff, maybe.
No, because we go off the hook. We don't-
Introduction. Just give me a chart. Just give me a chart. I don't give a shit about any of this.
See, the one thing that keeps their numbers up is there's a lot of states you can't hunt them.
Right?
But I just wonder because more people are hunting them now than they ever had before.
500,000 cranes.
Go up to one more.
To Wikipedia?
No, go down.
This one?
Yep. Hit on that.
650,000 approximately. Increasing. That's all I needed to know.
That's crazy.
It's
I wonder why
increasing.
they're increasing.
Probably because, just like you said, nobody can hunt them. Look at this map. Texas can hunt them. Nebraska can't because of the way that they come in. What else can't? Wisconsin can't, right?
I think you can hunt them in all the western states.
I know they're mean as shit. Tell me that don't look like a fucking dinosaur right there, Jeff. 60 million years old, people.
But see those 2 babies next to her?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
What? They have
They
small
don't-
clutches?
yes, big time.
So if they ever get in trouble, they're going to stay in trouble?
I guess. Why is it taking the whooping crane so long to come back? I mean, fuck, they've been on the endangered species since 1932 or some shit.
It's
And
got to
we're not-
be because of their clutch.
They don't have very big clutches, exactly.
Let me do this, and then I'll bring up my next topic. Why is one Canada? Several factors have contributed. The primary reason is habitat loss and past rampant, unregulated hunting for their meat and feathers.
I wonder what
So-
their numbers are now. I wonder if they've got up to 1,000 now.
You do realize that I worked all morning long,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm 543. So no,
That's all they have is in the world. That's crazy. They were down to 42 at one time,
really.
but they're not. But you would think 540, they'd be 1,000 next year, and then 2,000 next year.
But if they were down to 43, and now all of a sudden they're up to 543, then
Well, I'm 54 years old. In my lifetime, it's been that. I don't even know what it's been. I mean, they're not. It's
because
not
you got those
increasing.
fuckers in Oklahoma that are shooting 4 at a time.
No shit, they shot a whole year's worth.
That's right. Whooping can.
Last year they had 500. That's in Texas wintered 543.
Oh,
Read the whole article. But anyways, I would just. How many whooping cranes are left in America? The second question, if there are people also ask.
this one.
Up right there. Yep. It's not much of an answer.
Boy, there's sometimes I just really hate this. Are left in the United States. 543. I guess they all came to Texas last year.
I bet you that's all they're wild. There was one at Stanford the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, that might be it. Boy,
Well, look how much damn jewelry they got on them things.
yeah, you're fucked. Turn your cell phone off if you're going to kill one. But don't kill one, because there's only 543 left. Huh.
I wonder if they taste as good as all bald eagle does.
I don't know. You got to figure it's got to taste similar to a sandhill crane. I've never even seen a whooping crane. Have you?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah, I
like
had
in the wild or in the zoo?
I had a chance to shoot one when I was a kid at Wentworth, Texas, duck hunting.
Good thing you didn't.
Yeah, they come right over the top. I mean, just
I've never even seen one.
that's the only time I've ever seen any in the wild. Fred saw one between here and Haskell one day because he took a picture of it. He takes pictures about like Tony does, but you could definitely tell it was white compared to the other two and a lot bigger. But Dusty Brown had one in his decoys. Well, I'd be a nervous son of a bitch. Oof, think somebody's going to shoot that thing.
Okay, so this was in 2012. Humans are actually fit all government criteria for endangered species.
Well, yeah, go to south side of Chicago.
I don't think it has anything to do with that.
Why are we endangered species?
Because we're not repopulating like we should. That's a 10-year-old article right there.
We are definitely losing population, which probably is not a bad thing.
We're going to top out at 9 billion,
What are we at now?
8 something.
So how long will it take to get to 9 and we start going down?
I think by the end of the century.
Well, I won't be here long for that, so I guess.
But they say when it drops, it's going to go
fast.
very, very quickly.
Wonder why.
Just because everything's going to kind of hit that head at the same time, and then we're going to just whoop, right off cliff. Scientific name, human,
I'll tell you what's scary is if you watch any of the movies, Hollywood movies about anything in the future that was made 30, 40 years ago, we're going down that same track right now. The artificial intelligence, all this shit. And it's scary. But you'd think when you get to the future, life's going to be easy for everybody. It's going to be perfect medicine, clean water, this, and everything's completely opposite of what I thought would happen. But the government control is coming and all that other stuff that I never thought would happen is really there. There's an old movie with, I think it was Sylvester Stallone played in it or something, and it was a futuristic movie. And it was basically about people having babies and stuff. And, she goes like, do you want to have sex or do you just want to touch the button on the machine or something that makes you feel like you did? It's like, well, I kind of like that old-fashioned sex.
right?
But it's really the kind of way we're getting to with people.
Right.
People don't want to have families anymore.
Well, and people are waiting so long to try to have a family that's got to play into it. I don't think that we were meant to be mid-30s before we started trying to have kids, especially women. You're about 10 years past your prime, old girl.
You can't afford to have kids ever. Anybody that says, well, I'm waiting to be able to afford them, you're never going to be able to afford kids because they're going to get more expensive all the time. You'll figure it out. Poor people have been having kids for years and been okay. You know, I understand the financial responsibility of having a child, but if you're waiting until you have money in the bank to have a kid, you're never going to have enough money in the bank for your kid. You know, just love them. That's what they want. What change the subject real quick. I turned the football game off last night when Tom Brady looked like he was 74 years old playing football, and Dallas beat the hell out of him. And I did pick that game. But what happened to the football player Russell Gage last night?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't either. Did you see that, Harry? What happened to that guy? Did he get his head hit? Neck injury? Could he move his extremities? Oh. I saw he was really hurt real bad, so I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, I saw they carted him out, but I didn't see any. Oh, collapsed. Uh-oh.
This ain't going to be another one of those.
Ruh-roh. See, and then after the DeMar Hamlin thing, they've gotten to where they don't show replays.
Well, I can understand that.
So, like, if it didn't get caught at the very beginning, I don't know that they'll show anything. Boy, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are fucking snake bit.
What do you mean? Oh, on no shit. I
Called
didn't think
this
about that.
game and the DeMar Hamlin. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to show a replay.
I know we're going to have a football episode, but my Super Bowl pick, already one of them's out from early in the year.
Chargers?
Yeah, it was my pick before the season started, and I didn't realize they were going to be such a shitty coach team. And I had Philadelphia, but I really think 49ers look like the team to beat right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
They look goddamn, they look good. The AFC is going to get in some good playoff game now. And I think Jacksonville gives Kansas City a pretty good game also. I really do. They're playing pretty good football right now.
Said he suffered a neck injury.
That's too bad. Lots of prayers to that guy.
Yeah, they don't show replays. Oh, maybe there. It didn't look that bad, but I guess it was the way he got hit. Oh, right here. Huh. Oh, jeez. He's trying to get up.
Yeah, I wonder if he got
knocked out.
Yeah, something like that, probably.
I'm
going to look up on Twitter if it says what's wrong with him. If
he's got a neck injury.
No, if it says what an update on him.
Oh. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you're an NFL general manager and you're thinking about trading the farm for Tom Brady, you should have done it about 10 years ago.
What do you think about Cliff Kingsbury?
Going to Taiwan?
Yeah.
I think he's smart.
Do you think, would you sit out all 5 years? Or do you think he ever works again? Do you think that this is one of those things that if you're going to get out, you're just going to get out now?
Russell Gage says he's going to be fine.
Good for Russell Gage.
What's the question again now? Do I think
if you stay, can he afford to stay out 5 years and get a coaching job at the end of the 5 years? Because
is he getting $7.5 million?
Story that I've heard, he gets $7 million a year for 5 years.
Why do you want to get back in coaching?
Ever?
No.
He's 40.
Go fish. Go hunt. Go chase women.
I don't know about that.
Just
like J.J. Watt said, I know you didn't watch Hard Knocks. I don't even know what August is for. If it's not training camp, I don't know what I'm going to do.
That's something he'll get used to, though.
He's like, do we vacation that month? Like, what's going on here?
You know, Cliff Kingsbury's a good-looking guy. I could see him getting a job as an analyst somewhere with a. Bill Cowher never went back to coaching. He was a great coach. Walked away from a Super Bowl team.
That's his girlfriend.
Who?
Veronica Balick.
I always thought he liked the penis, so I'm kind of shocked by this, but she's a good-looking gal.
She is.
Would you rather spend time with her in Taiwan or be with a bunch of sweaty guys in the locker room?
Right. She's kind of got a weird little forehead, but good for Cliff. But she's posting been posting a bunch of videos from Thailand.
Well, if they're happy there, if that's what he wants to do, I don't blame him at all. That's a high-stress job. He gets paid a lot, but that's a stressful job, and he's got his life he wants to live.
It's Geostamp Bangkok.
And if that's where he wants to spend his time at.
But why Thailand? Why? What's the allure about Thailand? No property taxes, no state income tax.
What do they call them? Lady men, or what do they call them things? What do they call them?
It's
guys?
obviously he's not into that because he's got Veronica over there.
Yeah, unless she's just as I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Thailand would be a place to visit. I don't know if I'd want to spend 5 years.
I wouldn't buy a one-way ticket there.
No. But his one-way
I'd go there
ticket
a
is
month.
he's getting on a private jet and going somewhere else.
Oh, you think he flew private?
He's making $7 million a year. If he's invested that pretty good, he's paying taxes. He's making $4 million a year. If he's getting 10% back, he's making $400,000 a year off just 1 year's salary.
Right.
I mean, he can live off of his interest, I would think. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably flying first class, but he's not worried about money by any means.
It is crazy at the end of that Hard Knocks how tired he looked.
That's a stressful year. Look at yourself now. Take a picture of you and take a picture of you April 1st, and you look at the difference too. You're stressed out, aren't you?
Yeah, but
Okay.
he really looked.
But I'm saying he's getting.
There's Veronica and Fi.
Do you think he gets a day off? No,
no.
never. Now
No.
he's not manually doing something, but he would probably like hunting season, football season to be over. But it's not like us. When we're ready for hunting season to be over with, that guy don't want season to be over with till the Super Bowl. He wants to play till then, and he's probably not going to play till then ever.
Do you really think that though?
I don't think he's good enough head coach to be there. I think
No,
he's a
no,
good
no, no, no,
coordinator.
no. Do you think when they were 4-13, and they or 4-12,
He was
and
ready
they-
for season to be over
and they
with.
still had 2 weeks to go.
He was ready for it to be over
He's
with.
ready for it to be over with.
Yes, he was.
Right. Now the guys that are like Mike McCarthy, he's not ready for it to be over. Todd Bowles was not ready for it to be over last night. But I think if you're 4-12, you're like, oof. Let's just, let's not get anybody hurt and let's get to the end.
I think that, and another thing too, I think Cliff Kingsbury would probably be a pretty good offensive coordinator for an NFL team.
That was at his house.
Yep. I just don't think he's I just don't think he's a head coach. And I don't think he's the only one in the league that's not a head coach. I don't think Josh McDaniels is a good head coach. I don't think the guy at Tampa Bay now is a good head coach. I think he's a great defensive coordinator.
Yep.
I think the kid at San Francisco, DeMarco Ryan, is a great defensive coordinator. And he's got a lot of talent. But I don't know that he's going to be a great head coach. And he might be. Robert Salah or whatever, Salah or whatever it is, the guy that's the Jets.
Done very well.
I don't think he's a great head coach, though.
What? He's turned that organization around. You put Tom Brady there
Tom Brady is done.
at the Jets.
Tom Brady is done.
Holly Saunders he dated.
Do you think Tom Brady's got anything left to give?
If he goes to the Jets, they
No.
win the East.
No way. No. I don't think so.
Second place in the East.
I don't.
What if he went to the Dolphins?
I don't know if they're any better with Tua. If Tua is healthy, I think they're better with Tua. Tom Brady he's 46, 47. He looked at.
understand.
He's done. He's finished. It's over for him.
He's got a better looking girlfriend than Cliff Kingsbury does,
He
too.
does, but he's done. With football wise, he's finished. And I think he probably retires. He played too long.
I told you the story that I heard of why he came back this year.
Because she told him he couldn't?
Because he played, so his contract
yeah.
with Fox takes into effect as soon as he retires. And I don't remember what he's making, but it's ungodly.
It's
amount of
$30
money.
million a year from
$30
Fox.
million a year. He plays basically for like $1.5 million, I think is the way it is. So maybe it's not that number. But either way, the money for the divorce that he gets from playing in the NFL was much lower than what he would have paid had he got a divorce a year later working for Fox. So it was all a way of fucking Giselle out of a bunch of money, which at that point, why are you playing games with money? You both have more money than either one of your great grandkids could spend in their lifetime.
I don't know about all that. That's someone's take on it. I think that Tom Brady is done with football. I do. I think Cliff Kingsbury is smart to set out his 5 years. I don't like Matt Rule. Matt Rule had all that money. If he didn't go sign, he went and signed with Nebraska.
There it is, $15 million, not 1.5. Wrong decimal point. So basically, he got off for half of what he would get with Fox.
Well, he gets paid $882,000 a game. He was very overpaid last night by about $880,000 a game.
They scored 2 touchdowns.
He was terrible. When I turned it off, had been terrible. And Dallas's defense played really good. And I was wrong. I said that Tampa Bay matched up well with Dallas. Tampa Bay healthy matched up well with Dallas. Old man Tom right there did not match up with them last night. Did Mike Evans ever catch a ball finally?
I don't know. But that did say that his base salary was
What they went through.
$1.2 million was his base salary. The rest is bonuses and stuff. I'm assuming in divorce court they get all of that.
First of all, I don't think Giselle's going to go hungry. None of them do.
I'm not saying that.
So,
But that's the theory is that he came back just to screw her out of a $30 million salary, basically.
well, how many kids they got? Like 3 or
don't know.
4? And they're all under 18, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, so I guess he's going to pay child support for about 7 or 8 years. And they're in Florida, and I think Florida doesn't have alimony. She
Probably
doesn't. I doubt she's sitting around waiting on Tom's check.
Well, probably not, but it had to get written. You can't just hand wave that away.
I'm ready for Tom Brady to retire and go on and do his deal. I'm Tom Brady'd out.
That's fine.
Guy's a great quarterback. He stayed too long. 1 year too long, at least. Maybe 2 years. He was terrible this year. And you know what's so bad? He really had good numbers.
Right.
But I think that, it's just a system now. Every team that got a quarterback that's a veteran that can throw the ball and has good receivers is going to throw some yards up.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be a lot of changes in football coming up this next year.
They say the Raiders are going to sell the farm for Brady.
Well, they'll be just like they did this year, sitting in the bottom of the AFC West with Denver. I think Mike McCartney is going to be a Cowboy coach next year. I think him winning the game last night solidified that no matter what happens in San Francisco. Nobody expects Dallas to win in San Francisco except the Dallas Cowboy fans.
Right.
Nobody that's an analyst, nobody that's a football person will be everybody will be shocked. If Dallas beats San Francisco, Dallas will win the Super Bowl.
Probably so, yes.
I think if they beat San Francisco, they're going to win the Super Bowl. They'll beat the AFC team.
It's crazy. I'm much more excited about the AFC than I am the NFC.
And I would not be surprised if the Giants beat Philadelphia.
That's a hot take.
Giants are playing really good football now. They're hot. Philadelphia has not played well the last month.
Nope.
So I would not be surprised if the Giants win. But if Dallas beats San Francisco, I think Dallas is going to win the Super Bowl. I think they're going to be on a hot. But if they get beat, I think Mike McCartney keeps his job.
McCarthy.
Yes. I think he keeps his job because nobody's expecting him to win outside of Dallas.
Just good enough to keep your job.
Yep, that's exactly right. They don't have – San Francisco has a lot more talent. The only thing San Francisco has going against them is they got a rookie quarterback that maybe will get rattled a little bit.
I don't understand why everybody doesn't follow this model that San Francisco's got. San Francisco, L.A., get all these big-name guys, ride them till the wheels fall off, and then just fucking sell them for parts and reload.
Who does 49ers have like that?
What are you talking about? They just made one of the blockbuster trades for
Christian McCaffrey's not. He's 26 years old or 27.
Oh, he's the best running back in the league.
No, I know that, but it's not like they're getting an overdone veteran that's on his last couple of years of playing.
No, they go and get all these
like
stars.
Von Miller was in his last parts of his career.
But they go out and get all of these stars, just like L.A. did a couple years ago. They got Jalen Ramsey. They got Von Miller. They got Sue.
Matthew Stafford.
Matt Stafford. They got Aaron Donald. They got... Now
49ers have not done that.
Yes, they did.
They went and got Christian McCaffrey. Who else?
They're all... No, but that's the model now. They're following it from the Rams.
What? Who else besides Christian McCaffrey did they trade? They traded for Christian McCaffrey when they were 4-3. Everybody else on their team is a homegrown product just about. I think they said Denzel Ward or whatever his name is, a defensive back. I think they signed him as a free agent, but they haven't went out. They're George Kittle, homegrown. Their quarterbacks, homegrown. Wide receivers, homegrown.
What about on
Trent
defense?
Williams.
What about on defense?
Bosa, homegrown. They did. I think that Warner guy played for Indy, maybe. But they've done a lot. They've done a great job of drafting.
Who have they drafted? They went and got Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm.
So they haven't drafted a quarterback.
George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel.
They did.
Their offensive line, their defensive line, Joey Bosa.
No, Nick.
Or Nick Bosa, whenever they get the Bosa guy, they don't get in trouble.
Yeah, but I thought, weren't there a lot of talks that Nick wasn't going to be as good as Joey?
Well, fuck it, that's talk. Nick looks like he's better than Joey.
100%.
Kind of, they said that same thing about T.J. Watt and J.J. Watt.
But now that everybody sees what the Rams did on their Super Bowl run, what the Niners have what they have potentially, why doesn't everybody do that? Just go mortgage the farm.
Well, they didn't do it.
Get 3 good years, but then rebuild after that.
They drafted well though too. A lot of teams don't draft well. They've drafted
But there's a
well.
lot of teams.
The Dallas Cowboys are a team that could take that deal because they've drafted very well.
But there's a lot of teams that are one player away.
Well, Dallas is.
And
They
I don't understand why you just don't go get that player and then in 3 years overpay him, and then we'll worry about it in 3 years. That's what the Rams did.
Don't you think the Dallas Cowboys would have been better off to go trade for D-Hop as soon as he come back off the deal when Cardinals were out of it?
Maybe.
They need another receiver.
Right?
They do.
Green Bay for fucking ever.
They wasted their chances.
Go overpay for these guys. Go pay. And then in 3 years, we'll worry about it when it comes and bites us in the ass, just like the Rams are doing now. McVay says he wants out.
You think Green Bay was smart a couple years ago when they signed Reggie White back in the day? That's the sign. They overpaid for him, but it made them in the Super Bowl.
You win a Super Bowl.
That's right. I agree with you on that part of the deal. They need to do that. But San Francisco's got a lot of homegrown talent.
Yeah, 100%. So did, you looked at the Rams. The Rams had Cooper Kupp.
Buffalo went and got Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. Overpay for these guys. Get a couple good years out of it. Make a couple Super Bowl runs.
And Buffalo signed Von Miller. And until he got hurt, they really looked like they have not the same since he's gotten hurt.
They were good. Boy, were they ever good.
The AFC is really going to be good because I thought Baltimore should have beat Cincinnati. I really did. I did not think that was going to happen. Here's your big stink. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is not going to play for Baltimore Ravens ever again. They're going to try to franchise him. They're going to end up trading him. They're getting a divorce. It's over. I don't think Lamar Jackson is going to make you quarterback to put you in the Super Bowl. I really don't. I don't think he throws the ball well enough.
Well, we all know that, Jeff.
Great running back. But where's he go next year?
Somebody will pay him.
Does somebody like the New York Giants let Daniel Jones walk and pick him up? Because they've got a quarterback now that's not a great thrower, but Daniel Jones has played damn good the last month.
Okay, so I'm looking up Rams, Tampa Bay. They had a lot of homegrown talent.
They went and bought some guys.
They went and bought Brady and Sue, right? Sue was on that team, and then he played for the Rams last year.
Yes. Kansas City did not.
Kansas City, all organic. New England, 13-3.
Defense.
Philadelphia, 41-3. They had Nick Foles that year, so obviously they
were mostly homegrown. Every team buys somebody, gets somebody every year to try to make their team better.
Denver, Peyton Manning.
Yep.
So, and then Seattle, they were, Russell Wilson was in his rookie deal, so they could pay for things around him. But that's just my take. As an outsider, maybe go overpay. Get you a couple good years.
Okay, you're a Packer fan. Who are you going to get to make your team do that?
Jeff, D-Hop. Go get D-Hop.
Yeah. Is Aaron Rodgers coming back?
That's what the GM says. GM says we made a huge commitment to him in the offseason. We think that it is for more than 1 year.
How about a team like Detroit? They're right on the cusp.
When you had Devontae Adams, you needed one more wide receiver. That's all you needed.
Same as Dallas Cowboys now with CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Dallas needs one wide receiver. Dallas has a good enough defense, but their offense, that teams can run the ball on Dallas. But Dallas has a really good team. They do. I give Dallas shit all the time. And I say if they beat San Francisco, they win the Super Bowl. I don't think they'll beat San Francisco. I think San Francisco beats them by 10 points. But the Cowboys have a good nucleus of players, but they're missing a wide receiver. And same as Green Bay did forever.
Is Kyle Shanahan that good of a coach, or do they have just that good of a nucleus around Brock Purdy that they can continue to do this? Or is he scheming up things to make Brock Purdy shine?
I think what good coaches do is they find players, and when they play a team, they expose the other team's weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Bill Belichick did that for years, was really good at that. And he's got enough talent at San Francisco he can do it, because you think about it. When you got Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey, if you get one of them some open space, they're getting some yards. They're great yak guys. Every one of them, yards after catch, can go.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams don't have that. Like you take T.J. Hawkins at Minnesota as a tight end. He's a good tight end, but he's not a great yak guy like that.
Right.
I mean, he does get, but he's not George Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke's a good running back, but Zeke ain't Christian McCaffrey when it comes to giving him open space. Christian McCaffrey can make yards.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shanahan really good about putting Debo and them guys in a position where they can get that extra yards. And so I think that helps him out. And then I think they have a great defense, and they've done it. They've got great talent on defense. But I think that's what separates them. Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes is an amazing person, but I still keep saying I think they're going to be really wishing they had Tyreek Hill in the playoffs.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, I really do. Buffalo's the one that's scary. Them 2 wide receivers they got are freaking money. And James Cook is starting to play pretty good football for them. And Josh Allen is an amazing guy. But I don't think it's Cincinnati's year.
I mean,
I think their offensive line's too beat up.
And that's crazy, too, because they were supposed to invest a whole bunch.
They got hurt.
Yeah.
They did. And that kid fumbled the ball for Baltimore. I felt sorry for that kid. He played a really good game.
Huntley?
Yeah, he played a really good game for what that. He's just a poor man's version of Lamar Jackson. He's not as fast, not as good a runner, which Lamar Jackson's probably one of the best 3 runners in the NFL.
Right. Greta Thunberg got arrested. Wonder what she did.
Now, I'm telling you, our world right now, the people in Germany are fixing to freeze to death.
Yeah.
You know, they cut off their gas supply from Russia, and they're having to rely on wind energy and green energy, and it ain't working.
I think I talked about that before.
What?
I don't know.
About green energy?
No. How Russia was going to back Germany. And that's what Trump said, wasn't it?
Yes, he told him. He said, you keep talking shit about Russia, but you keep paying them money all the time.
Right.
You know, and
they supply your heat, basically.
Yes.
And at the drop of a hat, Russia can decide that you don't need your gas anymore, and they can turn you off.
Well, I think that's what's happening now.
Huh.
We're supposed to have a major cold front mid-February, big one again. Who knows? Maybe, I don't know if it's going to be like a polar vortex or not. Be. But they said Germany and Europe, them people are freezing over there.
Lucky bastards.
What's your thoughts on this? The government wants us to do away with gas-powered stoves in our houses. And I told you the thoughts on this is that if it's electrical, they can turn your switch off with a computer.
Can they not do the same with gas?
They can't with propane and gas.
Why?
Propane they can't. You can get a tank outside your house. You just go straight from your tank to your house. I guess Lone Star Gas or Atmos Energy or whoever we could turn it off. But they got to come to your house to turn it off, I think. They do. They've got.
I don't see. I bet there's a kill switch somewhere.
Yeah, they turn a valve off behind your house.
I bet there's one.
I'm sure they have one that feeds the whole town.
Right.
But propane they can't do that way too. You know, once
Shut
we
down
have
your trucks.
Well, but I don't understand why the big battle now is over. There's something sinister going on because they're pushing this gas stuff now big time. Like there's some goofy lady come out and said that 1 out of every 10 kids that's autistic or something is raised in a
that's
house
why you're seeing
with gasoline with well no
it all makes sense now.
No, it don't though.
Yeah, it does.
No, people have been cooking with gas for years.
No, they did wood first. Jeff.
This lady come out.
No autism. Cook with wood.
The same lady come out and said that she will not take that her family will never ever eat a meal that's prepared by gas ever again. It's not
Quit
good
going
for
to restaurants then, lady.
Bingo. You know, you show me a place that's got electric grills for your cookout.
What about McDonald's? I wonder what they use. Could you do fast food, or is there a gas burner that heats up your griddle?
I bet it's gas. Gas is cheaper and hotter.
I don't know.
And faster.
Yeah.
And that's why they're doing it.
Interesting times.
Well, things. Our world is so screwed up right now.
I think it's always been screwed up. We're just seeing it, maybe.
No, before you get people to work.
Oh.
The world was probably screwed up, and we're finding out more and more that we've been lied to. Did you see the big what summit is it that the Klaus Schwab and all them are doing?
Yeah, I saw that. They're all going to fly in.
Well,
and tell
now
us that we should quit flying.
Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab, and George Soros all canceled. They all decided at the last minute to back out. That's something weird going on there. Elon Musk is sure putting the world on George Soros now.
He is. And Bill Gates.
He should.
Everybody. You got to feel bad for Brett Maher. 4 extra points and a field goal.
Well, they won. What's it matter?
Yeah, but I bet they cut him.
Well, they're stupid if they are. He's been pretty damn good all year long.
You know what Josh Moore told me? So I made a joke this morning. Said, I never missed an extra point. Fuck, I never did either. I'm 50 for 50.
Josh Moore is?
At my high school.
He was a pretty good athlete.
50 for 50 is what he tells me. So you can fucking look it up. Looked it up.
So you did, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, we looked it up. How many do you think he attempted?
If he was 50 for 50?
No. How many you think that he did? He didn't attempt 50.
Well, then he's not 50 for 50. Then.
How many do you think he attempted?
32. 32.
No, he attempted 43. He's 42 for 43. So
That's
basically,
still pretty good.
So basically, he padded his stats by 20%.
That's still pretty good, though.
But it's not 50 for 50. It's not 100%.
Well, no, he never missed, though, so he did miss.
He did miss.
Did he mention that he missed?
He did. He's like, oh, yeah, I remember now.
How do you fucking not? You don't tell people you're 50 for 50 if you know you missed one.
I remember now. Not only that, you didn't attempt 50. You didn't even attempt 50. You attempted 40. You're much closer to
how many years did he kick?
1.
That's a lot of touchdowns.
It is. I think he said 1. I don't remember. Well, all of his credibility went out the door whenever he told me he was 50 for 50. And actually, he's like,
and he told you to look it up.
40 for 40. He didn't think anybody would look it up, is what happened. But Yoder is always looking for an excuse to prod Josh Morris.
All the time.
So when he said he was 50 for 50, Yoder typed in Josh Moore, Scotts Bluff, 42 for 43. Josh Moore. Oh, yeah, there was that one guy. Oh, yeah. Oh,
that is so true about Yoder, though. He is always, anytime if he can poke at fucking Josh Moore, he does all the time.
Yes, 100%. And he found his opportunity. Then we're sitting in the blind. I can't remember what we were doing. Johnny tells me, yeah, my grandfather, he told me I'm the best athlete he's ever seen.
Who said this now?
His grandfather.
Josh Moore did?
Yeah.
That's poor. I'm embarrassed for him already.
I was like, oh, yeah? He's like, yeah. He said I was best athlete of the family. And, trying to find
poor fucker.
Trying to find
I'm as
stats.
embarrassed now for him as I am Tony fucking
And I
posing
was
with
like,
his
yeah,
shirt off.
because I was like, was your grandfather a scout for a long time? Like, where, where am I getting this credibility from? I don't know. He just watched me and he said I was the best ever. Like, yeah, because grandfathers never fucking lie to make their grandkids feel better.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what about Josh. Josh works his ass off,
I'm not saying he doesn't.
and he's not lazy.
No,
but he does not help himself at all.
I was 50 for 50. You can fucking look it up. I can't find. I don't know where Yoder went and looked, but anyway. Josh Moore is not 50 for 50. He's 42 for 43, which is still a very respectable number. Way more field goals than I ever attempted.
He done better than the kicker for the Cowboys last night.
He did. But 50 for 50. Fucking go look it up.
Poor kid. God almighty. But that is so funny because Yoder would never do that to nobody else.
No.
But boy, if Josh comes up, he tries any time to put him in his place.
Are these his Scotts Bluff? That would be about right. 4 carries for 10 yards his senior year. I mean, I feel bad even looking at this, but that can't be right. I think, he was a defensive player. There we go. 57 tackles. Not bad. Punts, kickoffs, scoring. There it is. 43 for 44. There you go. So, not bad. It's a lot of touchdowns. How many touchdowns is that per game?
4 if they played 10 games.
Good offense. Scotts Bluff. Yeah, he played on defense. He's like strong safety or something.
Yoder looked up his stats.
He did.
That's funny.
Fucking quick, too.
Well, they wouldn't like him at the old man coffee shop, and the motherfuckers are lying at the table. Be like,
I don't know.
Don't say shit around Yoder. He's going to fucking look everything up.
You can get by with it. I think I was the last generation that doesn't have all of his stats on Max Preps.
That's probably true.
Now everything's there. These poor kids are never going to get to
Yeah,
lie.
All
right.
That's great.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah, we ain't got much going on. We'll have a podcast with maybe start having guests. We'll start having that in 2 weeks. We'll start bringing guests on again and
Definitely February.
Get back to our normal stuff. It'll be in mid-February. Our first 2 weeks of February, it might be just 2 per week, and then we'll kick some out extra after that. Thank y'all for listening to us. God bless you. If you need anything, please holler at me. We're booked up about 50% of our hunts for next year already. So if you want a corporate dove hunt, I've got a couple of weekday packages. I can still do a corporate dove hunt for 20 to 50 people. And I've got some November waterfowl hunting. If you want a November date with us, you need to book pretty damn fast. Like I'm saying, within the next month, if you got a group.
Which for the last couple of years, November's been the time to be here.
Oh, it has been lights out. So if you need November or you need Christmas hunt, you need to let me know pretty quick. Thank y'all for listening to us. God bless you and have a great day.
Go look at our sponsors. Go check out the Looking Glass podcast. It's on their Patreon account. It's easy to find. Look at the Hunt Proof app. Alpha Outdoor Specialties, Bangtail Whiskey, Stanfield Hunting Outfitters, Dirty Duck Coffee, Ducks Unlimited, Double T British Kennels, Lucky Duck, Shin Gear Waders, Gundog Outdoors, Pacific Calls, Dive Bomb Industries, Boss Shot Shells, and Mossberg.